Hi, Emmanuel Thomas. You are Solstar's lead investor for our current equity crowdfunding round. How are you today?
Hey, Brian, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yourself?
Doing well, thanks. So you're coming to us from New York City, the metro area there, and I think it's intriguing because you decided to invest in Solstar, which is the first internet service provider for people and things in space, and that's what we do. And you have been a successful real estate investor for over 15 years. So I'm interested in hearing, and if you could let people know why, as a real estate investor, which is quite different than high tech and space, tell us how you discovered Solstar and why you decided. Well, let us know about your real estate career first.
Well, Brian, I got started in real estate about 15 years ago when I was a senior in college, and there was a shortage of housing on campus, and everyone wanted to be close to classes to be able to get to classes on time. Noticed there was a need. So at that time, I had a buddy who was a loan officer, and he said, with your credit score, you could definitely qualify for a property close to campus. Without hesitation, I jumped in feet first and said, let's do it. So I've been in real estate ever since then. So currently I have a portfolio of 20 single family residences, and have done some flips along the way. And I'm looking to scale up my portfolio. Actually, some good news here is in the fourth quarter, I'll be closing on my first multifamily deal. It's going to be a mixed use of apartments and commercial space.
Well, congratulations on closing that deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you're a risk taker. And so when you looked at Solstar, tell us why you decided to invest in Solstar and why you were looking to get a sizable return on investment for your investment.
All right, so Brian, I invested in the first round you did in WeFunder about 2 years ago. So that's why I first was introduced to Solstar, and I was just intrigued because it was space and communication in space. So besides a real estate investor, I'm also a healthcare administrator.
Right.
So communication is really important in the healthcare field, whether it's us having this conversation here or the doctor having a conversation like this with a patient at home during this pandemic.
Right.
So it's vital to the success of any organization. And it is also vital for us in the healthcare facility, as far as specifically radiology, getting the patient's images to the doctors, for the doctors to read those images and provide the patient a diagnosis.
Right. And that's very important for the space industry as well, right? We've talked about that.
That is very important. So, your tagline being the Internet of Things for space. So I know there's multiple research that can go on in space using Solstar's technology. Most of us really haven't been to space, but what happens to the human body while in space? If you have underlying conditions similar to what's happening now with the pandemic, how will it affect you? So I think being able to get that data from space back to Earth and for everyone to analyze, it's going to be one of the main reasons why Solstar will be a success.
Well, thanks for recognizing that. Definitely is one of our target market segments. And medicine, like you said, is one of the very first users and kind of leaders in telemedicine, really. And so space is kind of like the mother of all telemedicine platforms, right? And of course, NASA does that currently with their government satellites on the space station. So yes, communication is happening, and NASA's done a great job with their TDRS satellites. But Solstar is providing a commercial service. So that's the difference between what has been done in the past with the astronauts, which has been very expensive. And so Solstar, we are disrupting the market by developing services and using existing billions of dollars worth of infrastructure in space already to provide this type of one application being telemedicine. We're disrupting the market because we are going to be able to provide the service at magnitudes lower cost for the service. And of course, all that needs to be very secure, right? So we know that as well, because like in medicine, you can't just send somebody's digital x-ray without having security involved. And so we understand that as too. And of course, that is what we'll be able to provide. So you're in this to get a return on investment. So can you tell us what your expectations are for getting a return on investment in Solstar, which of course is our goal as well, and why you would recommend that other investors consider investing in Solstar?
So Brian, whenever I look into making any investment, my goal is always 10x return on my investment. So I believe Solstar will provide that opportunity of two things. Because of the team you've put together and yourself, your domain expertise, you've been in this for 30 years. Your co-founder has a PhD, very smart guy, and he's been an executive at Google as well. And
Right.
then you also have JC on your team, who has experience, streamlining processes and also diversifying revenue, and also getting a return for investors. So
Right.
The second one, I believe, is this is going to be a sizable market. The projections, into the billions, up to the trillions, from a couple of decades from now. So, and then if we think about startup acquisitions, are usually into the $50 to $100 million range, and with your valuation cap being at a favorable 8 million, there's that space there for us to get a exit at the 80 million and above mark and get that 10x return.
Right. Well, I like the way you think, and we appreciate your participation in helping making Solstar successful and being a fantastic investment, besides providing great services for people on Earth with our services, and the fact that we have a very cool technology. It's also, we're all in this to make a return on our investment, which of course has been sizable from the founder's standpoint. It's taken many years to get here and many millions to get here. So we're on the same team, and go Solstar.
That's right, go Solstar. I believe in you, Brian.
Thank you.